Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So I was in the middle of covering this envelope with just book page scraps, and I thought, heck, I might as well jump on and show you guys what I'm doing here. So, as I said, I'm just covering this envelope with some book page scraps, and I thought what I would do here is I'm covering this envelope with book page scraps. I don't know what else to tell you right now, but I have some decorative paper that I want to use, and these book pages that I'm using, they're all different weights, different colors, different textures. They're a little bit of everything out of my book pages that I have sitting on my shelf, and I thought, doggone it, it's just about time that I used them. Because they're just taking up space, and I just want to use them up. So I've just started tearing them up and sticking them down on this envelope, and then who knows what's going to happen from there? Who knows? I don't. I have no idea. So I hope you guys have had a great day so far, and I hope you had a great weekend and you got to spend some time with your family, or if you're watching this during the week, I still hope you've had a great time with your family and you've got to spend some time with them. Over the course of the time that I get to spend with my extended family members that are here with me in Pennsylvania, I've learned that not all of us have an opportunity to spend time with all of our family members, because some of us get to work and they miss getting to spend time with their little ones, and it's just weighing on their hearts, and that's hard on them, especially when they're young. So if you have little ones or nieces and nephews, or grandparents, or older parents around, spend some time with them. Give them a phone call, say, Heidi ho, how you doing? I missed you this weekend, or I missed you, the last family dinner, or heck, plan a family dinner if you haven't had one in a while. We used to have them every Sunday, and dinner was always at 1 o'clock. And then all of a sudden, babies started happening, and 1 o'clock just wasn't happening because nap time was at 2, and then, it just wasn't happening, because by the time they got here and, from church, and then got baby home for, they didn't have time to get where they needed to be for nap time, and so it just quit happening, and I miss those family meals, because we used to spend the day together and have some fun and play some games, but oh well, those things happen, I guess, as time goes on. It'll come back to us. It'll come back around. I know it will. All right, so I'm almost done with this side. So any piece of paper that you have that hangs off like this, I just wrap it around to the back. So I just put some glue on it. I don't cut it. I just roll them around to the back side like that. Because, you're going to have to do the back side. And even if you don't do the back side the same as the front side, it just makes the edges neater. And it makes it easier because you can cover it up. It's not that big a deal. You can cover it up with whatever you're putting back there. Okay, so let's see. I need a little piece here. Let's find a different color. This is a thinner piece, or a lighter color. Let's just stick that in there. Now I've got this piece sticking out. Oh, that's not even big enough to worry about. All right. So this just looks a mess, doesn't it? You're just thinking, good gravy. This just looks a mess. Let me get all of the edges stuck down. Now, if I miss an edge, that's all right. I can use my art glitter glue and get it stuck under there. Now, I have a few numbers that I saved that, you know, I might come back later on and put on there. But for right now, I have, this is some of the cardstock. Now, I'm going to adjust you here. Hold on. I have some of the cardstock that we were working with in our journal here. And I have this. So I think I want to put that down. And I want to do some fussy cutting on this cardstock. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, you could just use that cardstock. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to cut off some of these like little vignettes that are on here. And I want to use them. So I'm going to need my little scissors because I want to save that little flower that's right up there. And I have something stuck in my scissors, but that'll be all right. So let's cut around that little flower. I'm just going to roughly cut around it here for a minute because I want that one. There we go. Whatever was stuck in it, I just got it out. So we'll fussy cut around that. I want this one. And I have a couple of these that I could put up there if I needed to. So I'm going to fussy cut around this just roughly, just to pull that off of there. And I can use my corner rounder to make those corners look a little better. And then up here, there's a big one, except that flower gets in the way. So instead, I'm going to cut through here. And I'm going to come around like this. And come through here. Now, I could fussy cut out this big flower right here. And I will, but I won't do it on camera. So I'll fussy cut out that big flower. Now, I also have some of Tracy Fox's entomology paper that we're going to use, because if you haven't seen it, it is gorgeous. So I'm going to share that with you. Hold on a second. Let me get this trimmed out here. And one of the reasons that I like it so much is it has ladybugs on it. And I have looked everywhere for paper that has ladybugs. And that is almost impossible to find. And our lovely Tracy Fox has that. Now, let me grab my trash. There we go. Now, to go around this little flower here, I'm going to start up here and just cut in. Now, if you're not a big fussy cutter, that's okay. You don't have to fussy cut around things. You can do the rough cut like I just did. You know, leave a little border around it. You don't have to fussy cut them. You know, that's totally whatever you'd like. You don't have to. Totally whatever you like. Now, I am going to ink around some of those also. Now, this one here also has a little stamp. So I want to save that little stamp. So I'm going to cut straight across. And then I want to come up and over. So now I have a little layered look. And I want to save my little stamp here. Okay, so now I have that little stamp that we can use. And then this was just a little blurry. I didn't really want to use it. Now, let me show you her paper. Now, I have that under there to keep it from sticking to the actual page. Now, let me move those book pages over. This is Tracy's entomology paper. And it's just lovely. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And this is her 8x8 paper. And it's not really thick. And it's not really thin. And let me see if I can turn it this way for you. It's got moths. And it's just kind of a collage base. And oh my gosh, I'm just in love with it. So Tracy, thank you. And I will link it. I will link the paper down below the video. You can get it at scrapbooking.com. So I will link it, scrapbooking.com, down below the video. These are some dragonflies. Look here. These are some beetles. This one has some butterflies. Some bees. And there's our ladybugs right there. Aren't they lovely? And over here's some bees with a hive. So you get 2 of each page. And this page is one of my favorites. I just love that page. With the pinks. And then this little bee with the red on it. Oh my gosh, it's just lovely. So it says on here, 24 double-sided pages with 6 designs. So you get 4 sheets of each design, and on the front it shows you what you get. And you could cut each of these, you know, for smaller little journal cards or little tags, and you can use the back. My favorite sheet is on the back. So it is a lovely, lovely page, and we're going to use that to decorate some of this. Now, some of the things that I fussy cut we're also going to use. So we're going to see here. So I think, now also in here, so this little envelope opens up back here. And then it wraps around over to here. Over to this side. So, on this side here, oops, I think I want to put this here. Now, this I'm going to glue down. But I don't know that I want it up there. I think I might just want it down here. Just kind of like it's loopty-floopty. Now, I might put this up at the top so that can stick out. And then put that there. And that underneath it. I don't want to cover it up completely. And then we're going to make our tag out of this. Although maybe I need to stretch it out a little bit. There, kind of like that. And then our tag. Okay, it needs to have some of the pink on it. And besides the one page that I liked, there was another page. I liked this blue also with the bee on it. But I was also thinking of using this one because this goes nicely with the book pages. Now, I want to ink over the page first before I do anything. So let's do that and see how that does. So I have my little worn out dauber, and I'm just going to use my vintage photo. And I also have on the table here, yeah, I'm still on the little table until I get my knee taken care of. I also have some of this coffee dye tissue paper. And I had thought about putting some of it down, you know, as some more texture. And then I thought maybe I would wait and put it down on the back, because the back really doesn't have as much going on as the front with the window and all of that. So I think I'm going to, in any areas that I find that are, you know, that need taken care of, I will take care of them. Okay. Now, if I get any oxide on here, I'm not going to worry about it, because my, that's just a little spot. I'm not going to worry about it. My baby wipe will take care of it. And by taking your envelope and immersing the entire thing down in your dye, your coffee, your tea, whatever you put it in, it also dyes the inside of your envelope. If you can see the inside of my envelope, you can see the dye there on the inside on that pattern. That's because I pulled the flap out, and I just laid, you know, so that it was laying like this. And I just laid the entire envelope in it and just let it sit there. And most likely, I don't know that I put it out in the sun because, well, we haven't had any. It's been raining so much. But I just let it sit and dry like that so that it would, the inside would dry, but the flap wouldn't stick to it. Okay, so that's all I want to do. I just want to do a little bit, and I don't think I want to glue that down. I think I like it being kind of roughly scruffly. Now, where's the piece oh, here it is. All right, I kind of like this, and maybe we'll put this a little closer to that. Now, I do want this. I want this up here, and I don't mind if it's over the edge of that. I do like that. And I don't mind things sticking over the envelope onto the page, as long as it's not sticking out of the page, you know, completely out of the book. I don't mind that. But I also don't want it sticking into the spine. Oops. I want it to just look like they just dropped. You know, I don't want you sticking out of the book. Okay, that's not bad. Maybe I think I need something else right here. Right here. So I'm thinking I might need to go on and fussy cut that flower. And put that flower right there. So let me do that. Let me do that. I think that flower is what's needed right there with that. Let me grab my knife. Now, I'm not going to make you guys sit and watch me fussy cut this knife. Oh, heavens. This flower. So I am going to pause this. And when I come back, this will be done. And we will put our flower on there. Oh, see, we even have a little butterfly up there we could use right there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? And let's see how we want to use this. See, I see this down here. I do kind of like that. So maybe we'll just fussy cut the top of it and have the top of it loose and see about finagling it. All right, so let me try that and we'll go from there. So I will be right back and we'll see what we can do. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I've got everything trimmed here. So I've got this down here on the bottom, and I do think I am going to use my corner rounder maybe on the bottom here to make it a little not so harsh. Let's put this stuff here in the trash. Let's put our knife away. Let me grab the corner rounder. Okay. Here we go. Now, maybe not a big one, maybe a little one. Okay, butterfly, stay there. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, just something like that, so it's not as harsh of a corner. Now, let's see here. Maybe, oh, yeah, that's definitely what it needed. And then maybe that. And then this little butterfly. This little guy, he needs a little bit of oomph to him. So let's add some oomph to him. So he kind of stands out a little bit. Actually, I think this one might too. He kind of blends in a little bit. I don't want him blending. Actually, I think I want his little corner around it here too. Okay. Now I want that bottom part like that. Now this little guy here, this little tiny butterfly that I cut, I think I want to put it down here like that. Now, let's scoot this down though, because I do want to see this. Oh, very nice. Okay, I do like that. I like that. Now, like I said, I don't mind if that sticks out. Now, my tag that's going to go on the inside. Now, let's put that over my little scrap pile. All right, let's see. Yes, I like this one. All right, so let's get this piece. And I want to use this piece right here. So let's put this up here. Let's get it trimmed. Let's get this straightened up here. You know what? I think we need to go on and glue some of this down before I start messing with my tag. Because if I don't, I'm going to move things and then I'm going to have things all over the place, aren't I? So let's get this down first. Because we know where it's going. You know, this table is like half the size of my regular workspace. But surprisingly, I have filled it up rather quickly. Okay, so that's going there. All right, so I'm going to go on and put a little bit of glue back here. Like that. And before I attach him, I want it like that. Just like that. So when I glue it down, it's one piece and I'm not losing him. There we go. Now down here at the bottom, I'm just trying to hold it together. Okay, now I'm gonna let that sit together, and I'm gonna go on and put the glue where I want this and this other little piece. Okay, come on, you guys. And I'm just putting the glue down at an angle here. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and I'm just laying it down. And I don't mind if it covers that bird up a little bit. That's okay. Now, where did it go? This little guy here, he needs some glue because he gets tucked under there. Now he also gets a little bit of glue, I think here. Just a little bit. So he gets tucked. And he goes there. Now the big guy, all right, let's put this here to glue the big guy. Okay. Now I'm just making sure I have the stems and all of that taken care of so that they're not, you know, flopping around. Come on. I know you're in there. It's a little cool here today, so this glue just does not want to cooperate with me. Okay, let me wipe my fingers off here. Oops, I think I got a little bit too much on this little pink one. Because I don't want him sticking on my page there. Okay, but I do want this big flower sticking down. All right, let's make sure. Swipe off some of that on the back there so it doesn't stick. There we go. And let's get that stuck down. Now, while that's settling in, oops, I forgot the butterfly. Let's get the butterfly down. All right, I want the butterfly right up there. Now, let's get our tag cut here. Now, I want to put this right back here behind there so it doesn't stick to a page. Now, let's get our tag cut. Now, on this page, I want to try to keep the flowers, maybe the butterfly. Oh, I don't know. Kind of like that too. I think I like this part best. I think I like this part best. I think this part goes best with it. Yeah, I think I like that part best. Oops. So I think I might just cut it. Sorry, little flower. I think I'm going to have to do some chopping on you, dude. Yeah, I think I like that. Now, I think this will fit in there. Let's make sure. Now, let's check our little window. Okay. All I'm getting is the brick. Because our flower's a little bit too short. Oh well. So let's get him trimmed. You really can't see a whole lot because of the other stuff anyhow. So that's all right. Let's get that off of there. Yeah, so that'll be all right. Now, I do want to round these corners. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. And up here. Whoops, I am so sorry. I bumped the table. I think that might need to be a little bit bigger. Let's get that a little bit bigger. Oh, that looks better. That looks better. Okay, there's this right there. Come on. Now this is just a really simple tag. It's nothing to write home about. Oh, I didn't get that all the way down. That's better. Okay, that's going to go in the pockets. Right there. Okay. Now, even though you can't see the flowers, you can see the bricks, and that does add a little bit of texture there. Let me show you. It adds some more texture in the window. So I do like it instead of just being a plain window, but I do think I want some more right in there. Yeah, like that. Because that right along that window was a little, was just a little plain. There's the window. There we go. I do like that better in the window. Okay, so there is our page for today. And I am truly enjoying that. Now, I will put below the link for scrapbook.com and Tracy's paper. So if you're interested in it, let me get this stuff out of the way here. You can see the page. So if you're interested in it, let me show you the cover again. This is what it's called. It is called the Entomology Paper Pad, and you can find it on scrapbook.com. And it is lovely paper by Miss Tracy Fox. And I want to thank you all for joining me today here at the Ladybug Journals. And I also want to welcome our 9 new subscribers since last week. Welcome, welcome. A great big ladybug flutter to you. I'm so glad you joined us. And I hope that you continue to enjoy all the fun and all the silliness that happens here on our channel. And I hope you continue to share and like and subscribe for those of you that are new. And for those of you that are just visiting for the very first time, welcome to the craft table. Messy as it may be, it's always fun to have new visitors to the craft table for the very first time. So until I see you again at our next Ladybug Journals video, ta-ta for now.